Alrighty. Albaz and Friends. Let's get to it. Blackclad Dragon Albion. Black Dragon level 8. This card then becomes Albaz while in the graveyard. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send one Albaz or Stigmatika spell trap from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Cost. Apply the following effect depending on where the card was sent from. Hand, special summon this card, or deck, place this card on the bottom of the deck, then if it was placed from the hand, draw one card. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay. Okay, so let's start. Name change. That's pretty simple. Happy lady. Queen. Monster Zone Graveyard. Okay, that's done. And then, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, so that's an ignition effect, hand or graveyard. Okay, so, malicious, just as the base. E2. We're going to call these functions because they can do various stuff. Let's just say SP. Makes more sense. It's the first effect. SPTG, SPOP, location, hand plus grave. Ignition, special summon plus so I call it to deck, category to deck, go draw, it needs the card once per turn, set count limit 1 ID. Okay. Oops. There we go. And this is gonna be the cost. Okay, so cost. We need to check. Okay, he sends an Albaz or Stigmatika spell trap from the hand or deck to the graveyard. So his existing magic card says save filter, cost filter, in the hand or deck. Like so. Okay, and then the filter makes a row. Okay, so first we're gonna check if the font, the name, like archetype, and all that jazz. So C is card Albaz, or C is set card Stigmatika archetype, and C is type spell, type trap. So it's Albaz or Stigmatika spell trap. And is able to grave as cost. C is able to grave as cost, then boom boom. So basically, if the card that's being checked at this moment, at this specific moment, fulfills the criteria, in here we need to check if it's in the hand. We also need to check if he can be special summoned. If it's in the deck, we need to check if he can be returned and you can draw, etc. So we're gonna have another if here. If C is location, location hand, then return. You will get location count. It's down here. Gotta copy this. Yeah. So you have room in your main master zones, and it can be special summoned, and you get handler. It can be special summoned. Now, actually, let's change this to let's do it here. Handler card, I guess. Let's do this. HC. Okay, so yeah. So if the card we're looking for, the cost at the moment, is in the hand, we check that we have main master zones and that what's his name, Albion, can be special summoned. Otherwise, if it's in the deck, we need to check that Albion can be returned to the deck, and if it's in, and if Albion is in the hand, we need to check if you can draw as well. So return HC is able to deck, and this is gonna be HC is location grave, so it's in the graveyard, or you can draw a card. TP, rather. Let me find the function real quick. I think it's able to draw. No. Is can draw, maybe? Is player can draw. There we go. TP1. So, and down here we're gonna have a return pulse. So, we go in the filter. If the card we're looking at is Albaz or Stigmatika spell trap, and it can be sent to the graveyard as a cost. HC is Albion. If the card we're looking for, the cost, is in the hand, we check that we have enough zones and that Albion himself can be special summoned. Otherwise, which means that the card we're looking for is in the deck, we check that Albion can be placed into the deck, and he's either in the graveyard or we can draw a card. Because if he's not in the graveyard, he's in the hand, you need to draw as well. So this last part. Okay, so that should be the cost done. I just need to delete this line here. Okay. So we don't need this check here. We we are doing it inside the filter. Operation info. Okay, and then we need a hint. Grab it from Foolish Burial. I need all of this actually. Here, so he misses to grave, and this is going to be save filter, and then we need to add location hand here, and we also need to pass these parameters because they are needed inside the filter, ENTP. So you select what you wanna mill, basically. And then we need to, before we send it to the graveyard, also it's gonna be based on cost, but before we do that, we need to mark whether it's in the hand or not, or in the deck, so we know what effect we're applying, basically. So let's do DC and get first. So we take the actual card and not the group. So if DC is location hand, or rather if it's in, okay, so we're gonna set the label, set label to be 0, and if it's 0 it means that we're going to assume that it's in the hand. If it's not 0, it's gonna be in the deck. So if it's in the deck, then make the label 1 instead. So now the label is gonna keep track of whether we send the cost from the hand or from the deck, and then we just send it to the graveyard as the cost. And then here in the target function, based on what the label is, we are going to apply a different operation info. So let's see, let's do this first. It's gonna be used a couple of times, and then if E get label, or rather we could do local label, do this as well. If label is 0, that means it's in the hand, else that means it's in the deck, from the deck rather, not from the hand, not in the hand, from the hand, because we're talking about the cost. So if it's in the hand, we need the operation if that's special summon, so let's copy this. And this needs to be itself, and needs to be its own location, depending on whether it's in the graveyard or not. And then here, if we send one from the deck, we need to do an operation info for category to deck. And then if this guy is in the hand, we need to do one for the draw as well. Is location hand, then let me copy jar of grid. Okay, it's a little messy, but I mean, what you gonna do? Okay. And then in the operation, we're going to again check the label, and the label is going to tell us which effect we're going to apply. First of all though, I need to check this. Is related to effect E, then return. So if he moves after his effect was activated, for example, if you use effect in the graveyard, then he gets banished by the EDOPro, and then when the effect resolves, he needs to stop and not do anything. So we get the label, and then we can, if label is 0, and here we're going to do, in here we're going to do the hand stuff, the special summon, and here we're going to do the deck stuff. So we need to check the zones again. Let's do it here actually. So the label is 0 and you have 3 zones, and then we're just gonna special summon this. So give me a master bone real quick, so I can copy that one line. This one, and this is gonna be C, and everything else is fine. And if we're down here, which means the label is going to be 1 in this case, then we need to place this guy on the bottom of the deck, blah blah. So, well, first of all, we need to check, we need to save its location. Get location. So if it's in, because we need to know if we're going to do the draw or not. Okay, and then if send to deck, let me grab the function real quick. We can take it from Castel. We need to find the sequence though. Because it needs to return to the bottom. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if it's returned to the bottom of the deck, and lock, and it was in the hand, here we're going to do the draw one. Otherwise, yeah, we don't do anything else otherwise. So let's go back to Jar of Greed. TP1. Okay, so let's run this by one more time. C is Albion. He's not ready to affect and stop. We get the label. If the label is 0, means we send the cost from the hand. So if the label is 0 and we have monster zones, spell summon this card, and to stop. Otherwise, the label is 1, it means we send the cost from the deck. So we save Albion's location in the lock, and then we send Albion to the bottom of the deck. And if we send him to the bottom of the deck and he was in the hand before, they discard the bottom of the deck, and then if he was placed from the hand, draw one card. we need to do a break effect here, because it says then, just to break off the timing, and then do one. Okay. So I think we are good to go. I want to add a hint so that it shows which effect you're applying based on what you send as a cost. And remember how you do that. Like activate. Anything that says activate one of these effects or something. No, this doesn't work. No, this doesn't work either. Let me check something real quick. Maybe I think this card might have it. But when I'm looking, okay, at this, no, not this one. Never mind. Don't care, maybe. Does it because you select the option? I think at the Platinum might have it. It's okay. No, it's a game with the option. Okay, let's forget about that for now because I'm not sure. Let's just test the card for now and we'll see. Okay, so what do we need to test this? Okay, we need Albaz. We need some Stigmatika spell trap. Like white. And I want another copy of him and to send him to the graveyard, so let's get Foolish Burial and Albion. We're gonna see the name very easily after we summon him. On deck. Okay, so I think that's okay. I just need to only draw 3 cards. And we should be good to test this. Alright, so let's start by testing from activating him from the hand. So if I send from the hand, I just special summon. Okay, so that works. His name has changed. It's good. So now if I send from the deck, I need to place him back and draw 1. Okay. That's what happened exactly. Let me add another card to the deck so it's a bit populated. Activate, send from the deck, shuffled, bottom, and draw 1. Okay. So that part was fine. So let's try from the graveyard now. So if I send from the hand, I just special summon him. Okay, very well. And then if we send from the deck, he goes back to the deck, but we do not draw. Okay, he's at the bottom. And then during the end phase, this should trigger. Nice. Because in the graveyard he stays as Albaz. If you use his effect from the graveyard and send a Stigmatika, it counts as being sent to activate the effect of Albaz, so you can get it back in the end phase. But if you use his effect from the hand, he's not Albaz when you activate the effect, so you cannot set this back. So keep that in mind, I guess. Okay, so this guy is probably done. Now, do I want to add that thing about the option? I mean, I guess the opponent sees where you sent, if you sent from the deck or from the hand, so it shouldn't really matter, right? No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's probably okay. It's probably okay. His name, special summon, slash, return to deck, and draw. Okay, so Albion is done. Let's move on to Bond, which is gonna be very easy. Because, well, the set effect is the same, so let's read it first, real quick. Bundle Stigmatika, normal spell. Spell summon one of your fallen of Albaz that is banished in your hand or in your graveyard. And during the end phase, this card was sent to the graveyard because it was sent to the effect of Albaz. Set this card. You're gonna use its effect once per turn. So the second effect is exactly the same as the other Stigmatikas. So we're going to 100% copy paste it, like so. And then we just need these three functions, and the side effect is done. Okay, and then the first effect, is pretty much a glorified Masterborn, really. At the end of the day, it's just a Masterborn from different locations and it doesn't target. So let's copy this, don't need this. We do need to add the hard once per turn though. Set count limit 1 ID. And this has the other count limit, but we need to make this plus 100 because we're still at pre-release beta passcodes. Okay, free chain activate. It doesn't have target. Special summons. And let's copy these. We're going to adjust them slightly and we'll be golden. So it needs to be Albaz specifically. So let's add this check first. And then if it's in, so there's a small detail here where we need to pay attention. If he's banished, he needs to be banished face up. If he's banished face down, it's not like his properties are not available basically, so he's not fallen of Albaz. You don't know if he's fallen of Albaz or not. So, okay, he's Albaz and he can be spell summoned, and he's face up. Or he's in the hand. So this way, if he's in the graveyard, he's gonna be face up. So it's gonna be true. If he's banished and he's face up, this is gonna be true. If he's banished and he's face down, both of these are gonna be false. So everything is gonna be false here. And if he's in the hand, this is gonna be true. And whether he's face up or not in the hand doesn't matter. So This is our filter. We don't need check C because we don't target. And then we check, we have zones, and there's an Albaz in our graveyard. Banished, handle graveyard. So location moved, plus location hand, plus location grave. And then these are going to be moved in the operation. Because it doesn't target, we need to choose it during resolution. We also need to change this to is existing matching card because we're not targeting. Operation info. No. And then over here, select matching card. It's gonna be SP filter here, and we're going to copy the locations from up here just to save some time. This. Alright, there's a small detail here. We need to not forget that Necro Valley exists. We need to use the Necro Valley filter for this. Like so. And then if we pick something, we just special summon it. That's pretty much it. Okay, so we know the setting part works. We just did before with when we were testing Albion. So we're just gonna test the special summon part. So we need an Albaz in our hand. We need an Albaz in our graveyard with Foolish Burial, and we need another one banished. Gold Sark. And then we could also do the capsule, or what's the name? Capsule. Different dimension capsule. To banish him face down and see that we can now select him. What I was explaining earlier, basically. So 5, don't shuffle deck. Okay. So now it's only in the hand that's available. Okay. And if we mill and banish the other copies, should be able to pick any of the 3. There we go. And if we bash him face down, we should not be able to pick the one that's banished. The banish face down, I mean. Activate. And the graveyard, and we're good. Boom. So this is probably done. The set, I'm not even gonna test it because we know it works. Albaz, been summoned. That stuff's correct. ATP is being passed correctly at the end here. Hardmost pattern is here. And here. Gotta go special summon. Okay, so this is done as well. Moving on to the Springans. This might be a little annoying, this trap. But, well, let's go. Okay, so, well, first of all, we need the regular activate effect. This one. Then this. Do I want to put a timing on it? No, it doesn't make sense because it only has a quick effect and a trigger-like effect, so timing doesn't make any sense for it. It just has specific activation timings for the effects. Okay, then we need the quick effect, and then there's a trigger. Okay, let's start with the first effect, the quick. When your opponent activates a counter effect, you can return one Springans Xyz you control to the extra deck and apply one of these effects. Negate the activate effect, or special summon a level 8 monster from your graveyard. Face up Xyz you control leaves the field by a card effect. You can have all monsters your opponent currently controls lose 1000 attack until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, so when your opponent activates a counter effect, there should be plenty other cards that have the same condition. Your opponent activates. When your opponent activates a monster effect, activates a card or effect. Blazer, sure. Negate. It's this effect. Of course, we have to change a few things, but okay. First of all, it is hard ones per turn, not soft one per turn. It cannot be used in a down step because it does not negate the activation. It only negates the effect. It's used from the spell trap zone. It doesn't have a cost. Returning is part of the effect, not the cost. So let's look at the condition. Reason player is the opponent. This is not required because it says trap. And this chain needs to be disableable, so we're going to combine this with Blossom, I think. This one. Take disableable. Or when your opponent activates a card effect, return one, then apply either of these two. So it's you either need to be able to negate the effect, or you need to be able to special summon a level 8 or lower monster. Not lower, just level 8. Or, and here we're going to check whether you can special summon the monster or not. I don't think we need laser anymore. Again, let's go back to Master Born. The special summon checks. Deal. Let's try and this looks weird, but what can you do? So you need to have room and existing matching card, SP filter in your graveyard, and then the SP filter is going to be the level 8 check up here. SP filter, It can be special summoned, and C is level 8. Exactly 8. It can be special summoned. Okay. This one. Okay. So if it's the opponent's effect, and it can either be negated or you have something special summoned, the condition is going to be true. Then in the target, we need to check about the Springans to shuffle back. So let's make the target function then. Distance A, we need the check parameter as well. So if check is 0, then return blah blah. And in here we're going to check whether we have the Springans, the deck filter or other or extra filter. Sure. TP location is an exist monster you control, so it needs to be in your master zone. And yeah, master zone 0, 1, 0. I don't think we're going to need parameters, but we'll see. So function TP is so nil, and then let's make the filter up here. See, so this has to check that it's a Springans exceeds, and that it can go back to the extra deck. So with that, C is set card Springans, which I already have it here, and C is type capital I is type C's, and C is able to extra. So it's a Springans exceeds, they can be returned to the extra deck. Here we check that this exists or not, and then we need the operation info for returning it. For the Springans rather. Category to extra. Monster zone, I guess. Right, and then in the operation, we're going to decide what to apply. First of all, we need our good friend Tenki for this line. So in case this gets MST'd, it resolves during if effect fizzles. Okay, so and then we're gonna have two variables B1 and B2. B1 is gonna be checking whether we can negate it. So we need this one, I guess. And then B2 is gonna be checking whether we have something to summon. And then based on which of these are true, the player will have to make the selection. Now, I think not arrival, I think Miracle does something similar. Blah blah, you can apply all the following effects, you can apply the same effect. So we go down to Okay, there we go. This if is basically what I want to copy over. So if B1 and B2, then we select between the two options, which I think I put the strings as 0 and 1, but we'll see about it in game. If only B1 is true, then the option is 0. If only B2 is true, the option is 1. And then if the option is 0, we do the negation here, negate. Or if the option is 1, we do the SS, the special sum. So for the negation, I'm just gonna copy from Ash Blossom. Negate the effect. Oop. Special summon. 1 level. 8 monster from your GY. Right. We don't need Ash anymore, I don't think, but we could use Monster Bone as well. Not as well. Again. It proves ever useful. Because we can copy this. Paste it here. Change this to select matching card. Matching card. I forgot this part, by the way. I forgot the return to action deck part. I'm gonna add it in a minute. From your graveyard only. And then if after you pick, you just do the special summon here. This line, copy over, change this to J, that's done. Okay, and then before all these shenanigans, over here we need to do the return one Springans to the extra deck. So let's copy the selection part from this. Change message for extra, I guess. I don't recall if this actually exists or not, we'll see. Let's make this SG for summon group. And here we have text filter from your monster zone. It doesn't need parameters. There's nothing to return, let's just stop the effect here. Otherwise, we need the send to deck function again. Who used it? Did he use it? Yes. Yep, okay. Yeah, we need it. If G, this doesn't make much of a difference, but I'm just gonna put shuffle here. So we check B1 and B2, and then if neither is true, here. Not B1 and not B2. It translates to this, okay. And then down here, you can add the break effect. Special someone. We got an end there. Okay, so let's run it back one more time. Condition. It's the opponent's effect, and it can either be negated or you have the room. And there's a monster special summon from your graveyard. Said monster needs to be a level 8 monster. And then you have a Springans Succeeder that can return to the extra deck in your monster zone. Okay, this is now related stop. Select what to put back in the extra deck. If there's no selection, stop. If it doesn't go back to the extra deck, stop. B1 is if you can negate the effect. B2 is if you have room and something special summon. If both are false, stop. And then if both are true, select one of the two options. If only B1 is true, the option is negate. If only B2 is true, the option is special summon. Break effect because it says then. And then if the option is the first option, negate. Otherwise, select something, special summon it. Boop. Okay. I think that's fine. This needs to be disable and 2 extra. And special summon. Category special summon. Which one was this? No, I need this one because I want the Necro Valley filter again. Down here, we need the Necro Valley filter. Okay. Or maybe we need it up there too. I'll put it here as well just to be safe. Okay. So I think the quick effect is done. Quick chaining ID. Okay, yeah. I think that's fine. Negate the effect for special summon. Okay, so the other effect, let's read it again one more time. If a face-up exceeds you control, there's the field by card effect. You can have almost your opponent card controls lose 1000 attack until the end of this turn. If this card is the field. Okay, so how are we gonna do the condition? If face-up exceeds you control, there's the field by card effect. You can control leaves the field by face-up exceeds you control the field by card effect. Wait, isn't this the same? Face-up exceeds you control is the field by card effects. Face-up exceeds you control is the field by card effect was cast in your graveyard. Okay, it's pretty much the same. Decrease attack. This would be 3. The field location as zone to go. has a demonstrate flag, but it says accept. Okay, I need to note this down because it's probably wrong. It probably doesn't. You probably should not have the demonstrate flag, but this certainly should not. Category attack change. Delay, blah blah. You can only use effects, so this is 100. Okay, so let's check the condition, which is why we came here in the first place. Okay, his previous position face up, his type exceeds. His previous controller TP. Oops. And this was an effect. The face up exceeds your control is affected by card effects. Okay, this looks correct. Doesn't need RP though. Just TP. Okay. And then target, we're gonna check the opponent needs to have monsters to reduce their attack. Let me just copy these. And we're gonna use them as templates. Okay, so here we need to check that the opponent has face-up monsters. Basically, the existing magic card. True. TP 0, location, M zone. Actually, not true, it needs to be face up. Card is face up. Location, M zone, TP is so. Count nil. So the opponent needs to have at least one face up monster. First of all, we need the same line here for my good old friends. Thank you. And then local G is gonna be all the face-up monster upon control. So dual get matching group. The function is face up, TP 0, location, M zone, nil. And then we're gonna go through all of this group and apply the minus 1000 attack effect on them, basically. So for DC in J2. And here we're going to apply the decrease attack effect. For that, we're going to let's look at recklessly. We're just going to change the number basically. Just see here, and then if you want to reduce, you just do a negative number. Events at the phase end, it lasts until the end phase. Put it on TC. You can have all monsters your opponent currently controls not until the end of this turn, blah blah. You can use 50. Okay. So I think this is looking fine. Let's test it out. How are we gonna test this? One activates a card effect. Okay, we need what's the gold gondola? Is this the one that cheats out Springans? If control no Springans exceeds, discard one Springans, special one exceeds. Yeah, okay, I need this to cheat out I'm gonna discard this guy, I suppose. I need a Springans Exceed monster. Okay, so we got our Exceed out now for the first pact. Actually, don't they have a level 8? They have a level 8? Yeah, okay. So we can, if we discard him, we can test the special summon part. I just realized that this effect, the second effect, triggers from the first one. That's kind of cute. So, what are we going to give to the opponent? Or is she just going to use the same stuff, maybe? Yeah, I suppose we could do that. Let's go. Okay, I made a typo. Let's fix that first. Line 56. Up. What exactly is this? This is the Springans says you go your turn back, so select player, function, TP, Ahsoka. Okay, that's correct, I think. Yep. We need to put in opponents. Okay, so let me set this first. Right, let's start by discarding the level 4. We get our Xyz out. Pass. And then I'm gonna summon this, so there's a monster. Activate it. Okay. And now I can chain this and use the quick negation effect. Okay, there's a small error on line 55. This is not a valid hint. Okay. Let me see, is there no hint for extra deck? Maybe there just isn't. Doesn't seem like there is, so we're gonna change it to the deck one, maybe? What does that, let me check what it says. It says select cards to return to the deck. Okay, seems good enough. Okay, so we select him. I get it. What does this do? This effect says you control this by card effect. Oh, it has the same effect. Like a monster your opponent controls, you cannot attack. So I can use the... Okay, minus 1000. We pass, he should gain it back. Okay. I wanna do... Before I send it back, I wanna do hint selection. So it flashes the Springans you chose to shuffle back. But also now I wanna try discarding the level 8, so I have something to special summon. Okay, now I can choose negate or special summon. So if I pick special summon, I select him, summon him, and there's one gone. And now I can use this because my X is left. Okay. One last test, and I'm gonna pick negation. Okay, So what I want to do though is if I do this, then it should flash the option. That's one. Let me try it. So if I have only one option, it will prompt me to pick it, just so the opponent gets to know what you're applying. It just makes it more clear. Like so. Indicate. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is done as well, I think. Decrease attack 1,000. 1,000, yep. Epic says. Okay. Okay, so the annoying trap is done as well, and we only have one card left. The new girl, or maybe old girl, who knows. The theories are going wild. Is she Fleur-de-Lis? Is she Fleur-de-Lis's sister? Mother? I've seen everything. Anyway,